Alrighty, so it's been a while since I've done one of these videos where I just simply look at the camera without, having the board next to me. But usually when that happens, there's a serious news that happened in MLS, and there were definitely some breaking news that just came out a couple of hours ago that Charlotte FC head coach Miguel Angel Ramirez will not continue as the head coach of the team, and this is the statement that's released by Charlotte FC. Miguel Angel Ramirez was informed by sporting director Zoran Kernita and president Joe Lebeau that he will not continue as the head coach of Charlotte FC. Assistant coach Christian Letizin will serve as the interim head coach for the remaining of the 2022 season. This is a difficult decision, but one we feel is best for the team at this time, says owner Dave Tippett. I want to thank Miguel and his staff for their hard work during our first season and wish them the best in their future endeavor. Goalkeeper coach Andy Q will remain on the staff, but assistant coach Mikel Antia, fitness coach Cristobal Fuentes Nieto, and first team video analyst Luis Pedro will depart the club with Ramirez. So, yeah, there you go. Miguel Angel Ramirez has decided to resign in his position. Well, actually, I wouldn't say he kind of resigned in his position because, I did mention that the sporting director and also the president of Charlotte FC decided that, yeah, he's not going to continue as the head coach of the team. So, in some way, he kind of got fired by Charlotte FC, and that this is, I think, right about almost the same point that I remember when FC Cincinnati they fired their head coach heading into the expansion season, or they fired their head coach during the expansion season, and that is Alan Koch after just 10 games. But in this case, I think Miguel Angel Ramirez, I believe it says here further down, yeah, his record is 5-8-1, so he lasted 14 games, so about 4 more games than what Alan Koch lasted when he was fired by FC Cincinnati in their expansion season. But unlike the whole Alan Koch situation, this is completely different. And in some way, I mean, I know a lot of people are shocked by this move, but when you look deeper, you can understand why exactly Charlotte FC decided to make this move. And that, it's clearly not the on-field production, because the on-field production has been really good. Like, they actually right now, I believe they have a better record than what Austin FC was 14 games into the season, and I believe that goes the same for Nashville SC and Inter Miami when they came into the league in 2020. And in fact, I would say that Miguel Angel Ramirez has just worked miracles with this team. Like, when you look at how this team play, it's pretty clear that this team doesn't have the talent to really play against the big boys, but one thing they do is belief and also structure. And it seems like when you look at most of the games that Charlotte FC have played, they clearly have an identity and clearly have structure, and hence that's why they are a decent team, even though they definitely lack in terms of the talent aspect. But, the reason why they're lacking the talent aspect is basically what we're going to talk about most in this video, where, yeah, this team, you can definitely sense there was frustration between Miguel Angel Ramirez and the front office. I mean, we all know the famous we are screw kind of interview that he did in the beginning of the season, that kind of becoming mean for Charlotte FC before they even came into the league. But I think it's more than just that, because, as the season goes along, you can clearly see that there must be some heavy turmoil that was going on. And I think that we are screw kind of interview back in March was just kind of the starter. Like, that's where the smoke really started to rise, and now it's just pretty much been out of control, where Charlotte FC front office and the owner decided that, we're not going to deal with this anymore, and we decided to fire him. And that, I mean, we've also seen this before with teams where, sometimes if you have a head coach that while they do well in terms of the performance on the field, they don't get along with the front office or the ownership, and there's clearly some bickering that's going on. The front office usually is going to win, and that head coach is going to be fired. And that, again, it's very unfortunate in this situation where, again, it's pretty clear that Miguel Angel Ramirez really are angry with the front office, with the amount of players that he's giving, and the amount of the amount of money and also the product that he's giving to work with. And I would also say that, now that they have fired Miguel Angel Ramirez, for Charlotte, it's going to be an interesting situation for the rest of the season. I mean, again, I feel like the whole reason why this team has been at least decent in their expansion season is because of this whole structure, and we'll see whether or not, as I mentioned with his assistant coach lets us know whether or not if he's going to continue that structure and continue to make Charlotte FC a team that you think that it's easy to beat them, but no, it's actually a very well structured and well coach kind of team. But also, for future head coach, anytime when you have a situation like what Charlotte FC is having, where it feels like a head coach kind of had some bickering with the front office, that's not really a good look for the team, and that could create some problems with when they do decide to hire future head coach, where a lot of these head coaches that is currently out of the job or want an MLS job, they want to go somewhere that they know that the front office basically trust them and able to give them resources to really work with. And at least from what I heard from the Charlotte FC front office, is that that's been kind of the criticism that Miguel Angel Ramirez have said time and time again, where the front office is not giving him the resources to build a decent team. So yeah, I think this could be a big problem for this team, but we'll see if that is going to be the case, and that we're also going to see whether or not if Charlotte will, when they do hire their head coach, is this going to be one that will be decent enough to improve on what has already been a decent start in the season? Because we've seen before where when teams that tends to be cheap, and teams that don't give the resources and that head coach come into a team that basically have no backing from the front office, it usually does not end well. I mean, believe me, as a Quakes fan, I know that in first hand, and probably I can say that is a prime example of what happened when you even have like the best head coach coming into the team coaching this one, and they don't do well with them because the front office clearly is not giving them enough resources and backing to build a decent team. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how Charlotte is going to move forward. But also, I can already hear that there's a lot of Charlotte fans are angry with their front office and even their owner Dave Tippett, and rightfully so. They had such a good thing going this season, and now all of a sudden there is so much unknown of with him leaving the team, and now leaving a team that I'm pretty sure a lot of these players are probably shocked the fact that their head coach is being fired, because I'm pretty sure a lot of them love him and love the philosophy and the structure and the tactics that he put game in and game out, and it's going to be difficult for a lot of these players to try to adjust that now that they bring in a new guy that is here. Though I will say that maybe that could be a blessing in disguise in the short term, because like I said before, anytime when you have a coaching change, I would be expecting that a team would actually go on a decent good run in the beginning, but that's because of the new head coach, or in this case the new interim head coach boost that Charlotte FC I think is going to get, at least in these next couple of games. But long term, that could be an interesting situation for these players to deal with, and some tough situation for these players to deal with, working with a new head coach in the nearby future. And also, just one word on Miguel Angel Ramirez now that he is fired. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not if he is going to go to another MLS team. There's definitely some teams around the league that needs a head coach. I'm looking at you, the Quakes, and also DC United, that desperately need a head coach for their season, or maybe heading into next season. Is Miguel Angel Ramirez now as in the candidate of those two teams that need a head coach? So yeah, we'll see where he is going to be going, whether if he's staying in MLS or potentially going back to Europe, that he of course was from before he came to Charlotte FC. But either way, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this video? And again, this is a very shocking kind of an announcement that no one saw coming, but if you deeper, you probably can see why that is the case. But nevertheless, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this news? And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you guys do a like, smash the subscribe button, and yeah, I of course will see you guys next time.